right, let me grab this.
Wrong one.
Uh-oh.
Nope, that's the wrong way.
Oh, stuff just shot out. Oh, what was in there?
Saliva.
Oh,
Someone else's.
okay.
These are used. I got these at the dollar store, but they were used.
They were
prior.
used.
That's why they're so cheap.
We have the kazoo not to light the beam. We're going to light the beam in a second, but it's National Kazoo Day. So
yeah.
get your kazoos out if you know how to work them, and hopefully they're dry. Oh, and you said it's a straw.
That works.
That works?
Let's do this, Sean
Yes,
Cunningham
sir.
in the house. Beam at time, ready to
He
go.
did it last time?
Before we do this,
Yeah, but
he's
You're
been letting
dominating.
I'm not.
You are dominating.
There were 2 losses in a row.
Yeah.
And then we got a victory.
Yeah.
You want to try it, Scott?
No.
Yeah, you try it.
No.
No?
I'm not going to tempt fate.
All right.
It's been too good. Go.
I will.
I need you in 3, 2, 1. Slam that beam.
So, and
Light
this
it
will
for-
probably be the last one before I think the trade deadline comes up, or maybe day of trade deadline.
Because that's
Comes on the
what day?
6th.
6.
Yeah, I'm not good at math. Maybe we got one more left. But I think there could be some trades in the
Do
works.
you?
Yeah, I mean, things are just really heating up on that hot stove at the moment.
What are you seeing that's indicating that?
So many reports, lots of chatter. My phone keeps going off. You get a lot of people from around the league going, hey, what are the Kings doing? And certainly everyone identifies the Kings as needing to do something, right? They get this honeymoon period with Doug Christie, and everyone's feeling good. They've turned their season around. They're slowly creeping up the standings. And all of a sudden, you see a lot of guys that are available and how they could help Sacramento, and getting them some bigger bodies, some wing help maybe, and some rebounding help is something that they need.
Didn't need it last
Definitely.
night.
Didn't lead last night. But before we get to those highlights from last night, let's not run those just yet because we're talking about trade. I'm going to go back door and go this way.
Whoa.
Herder didn't play at all.
No.
0 minutes. We don't see that much of him lately. Maybe he's one of those guys that they could be,
Absolutely. His name is linked to everything.
Okay.
And part of that, I mean, it wasn't just Kevin Herter. The Brooklyn Nets are one of those teams that have one of those players that is being talked about all year long, in Cameron Johnson. And he didn't play either. Ankle injury, whatever it is. You're seeing the Chicago Bulls with Zach LaVine sitting him out for the next few days. Of course, Jimmy Butler, who's always been all these trade rumors. He's suspended indefinitely. I think that goes up to the trade deadline. So there's all these people that are being sat because nobody wants to see these guys hurt themselves before a move can be consummated.
Yeah.
And now there lots of talk going on, lots of talk.
Just the human part
It
of that.
feels
That's
like
gotta-
everything's hinging on Jimmy Butler, though. Like something has to move there before
Once
maybe there's a
that
trickle
happens,
down.
everything
Yeah.
else.
Is it Jimmy Butler or is it Jimmy Buckets?
Both.
Both. Yeah, both. Not the last few games because he's suspended.
He's not playing. He's not
so
playing.
that's not really working.
Right. No
All right.
buckets
You want to break down game last night?
Sure,
What did we
let's
see?
do it.
What did we love?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, look, they were coming into Brooklyn. This was on this 6-game road trip. This is the one you needed to have, right? Brooklyn came into Sacramento and Mike Brown was still a head coach, and Malik Monk didn't play in that game. And Brooklyn took it to the Kings and absolutely kind of shell-shocked them. This is a team that only has 10, 11 wins, so they're among the dreck of the NBA. We talked about Cameron Johnson not playing. Cam Thomas wasn't in this game either, so they were without a lot of their big players. De'Aaron Fox needed a breakout game in the worst way. His scoring has been down. He's been bothered by finger injuries. He just hurt the thumb against Denver, and he came out, put 16 points in the third quarter, lead the way with 30. Domantas Sabonis was an absolute monster, another huge triple-double for them. Doing stuff that only Wilt Chamberlain has done, guys. 20-20 and shooting 80% from the field, 20 points, 22 rebounds, I believe it was. Just unbelievable.
That's ridiculous.
And shooting threes.
Oh, he's leading the league in three-point shooting, which
What's
is
going
ridiculous.
on with Sabonis? It's amazing.
So yeah, they were riding a 2-game losing skid coming into this game, and this is kind of what we wanted to see. What would Sacramento do when they feel a little bit of adversity? Because obviously all they've known is winning under Doug Christie. You lose a couple games, and all of a sudden, how does the mentality change? They came in, they took care of business. It was a physical game, and now they're on to Philadelphia on Wednesday.
Yeah, they owned that second half, which was good. They needed that second half.
Cut down turnovers, really locked in.
Absolutely.
And Sabonis almost got hurt in that one. He hit the ground hard, but he's amazing.
Oh man, he came so far down on his
Crashing down.
backside,
Yeah.
hits his elbow. I'm like, there's no way he's playing.
Yeah.
And then he stays in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Just dusts it off.
He's tough.
He goes through this every single game. There's a couple milestones in that game. Malik Monk hits his 6,000th career point, and then also De'Aaron Fox his 11,000th career point. And there's Jordi Fernandez, the former head coach, assistant coach.
Former
here at
assistant coach for the
Sacramento.
Kings, yeah, right?
Had a lot of good stuff to say about the Kings and Mike Brown. Not so much about Doug Christie though.
Yeah.
He was mum on Doug
Selective.
Christie.
Oh, he didn't want to say anything?
He was asked about what they're looking like under Doug Christie. He pivoted.
Well,
Pivot.
he got his shot at a head coaching job.
For sure. He was very appreciative of Mike Brown,
Yeah.
and when he was asked about Doug Christie, he pivoted to Mike Brown. That's very, very politically.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, we got standings coming up. I know Beam Tim is very interested in
Beam Tim.
what the standings look like these days.
Yep.
So I feel like, but like literally there's like one game that happens, not even including the Kings, and all of a sudden they're like in 7.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's not many games that are separating them. I mean, you see the Lakers there in 5th. That's 3 games away in 6th place. I don't remember who it is at the moment, but they're only 2 games back of them.
Timberwolves,
So
maybe?
yeah, I mean, and the Timberwolves are on this trip too. So that's who they end with coming up on Monday. So that's when the 6-game trip ends, and they'll be able to kind of get a lot of. They have opportunity to raise up these standings a little bit, but I think there's just so many distractions right now. I hate to bring it back to the trade deadline, but there's just so much going on with this team.
Don't give me in. If
There's more liquid coming out of it.
A 3-game win streak, and they're like in 3rd or something. You know, it's like, but seriously, they will jump up like 3 spots. So you got to be looking out for that. Sean,
Happy National Kazoo Day to you.
I feel kazooless. I feel naked without my kazoo.
Beam Tim is a very
have
good
3 kazoos?
kazoo player. I don't know if you guys knew that. Beam Tim is like exceptional.
Should I try this again?
Him and Royale.
Yeah, try it again. Give
This
it up.
side, right?
No, the other side.
I thought that
Big
was
side.
the right way.
Yes.
Something still came out of there.
Wait, that was really good.
See?
That was a D sharp.
I used to play.
A D sharp.
Yeah, back in the 70s, I was the king of the kazoo.
You and the cowbell.
Kazoo king. Yeah. Yes.
Cowbell sketch.
I love this.
Go
Kings.
Go Kings.
Yeah, they got to
Beat 'em
keep
up.
winning.
Tomorrow night, 76ers. Those early games are odd for us out here on the West Coast. I know that's a 7:30 game back there, but follow along Sacramento Kings on the Insta and Kings.com on the web.
And the good thing about that, no Dr. J, no Daryl Dawkins. So we're good.
Not coming through that door.
That's true.
Keep it here.